Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to show the obvious. Okay, so I'm at the entrance to Coronado Cave here. Let me show you the sign here. This is Arizona. I can show you this because it's a tourist cave. This is one of the only like 2 limestone caves in Arizona that are open to the public. Let's see here. So welcome to Coronado Cave. Blah blah blah. No food, drinks, no vandals. What it says, you can sign in the visitors. Oh, the registers at the visitor center, not inside the cave. Yeah, I just went through the cave once and there's no registry. I'm like, what the heck did he do? Anyway, but it talks about the difference between historical graffiti. So really old graffiti, they're not going to clean up. And then newer graffiti, they try to clean up. So here's a map of the cave. It's only like 800 feet tall, 800 feet long. Most of it's huge and easy. In fact, wearing knee pads and a helmet was overkill. I might come back again later today with my tripod, take some 3D pictures, and if I do that, I won't even bother to bring my helmet or my knee pads, save some weight. But anyway, so yeah, I was going to show you, look at the entrance here. Notice there are some ferns growing. I think we're in a desert. There aren't really any trees here, just bushes, but there aren't any cactuses either. So that, yeah, there's not a lot of moisture. So it's kind of impressive to see ferns. Now, I just went through here once. I saw a couple birds, saw a couple bats. I'm gonna try not to disturb the bats. The birds were right here by the entrance, so it's kind of impossible not to disturb them. Looks like there's a way down there, but too difficult for me. But I just want to show this wall, how there's like cave popcorn. And then up here, it's not really impressive, but there are some ridges. So it's technically formation, even though it's not the most interesting formation. So now I get to see if I can figure out how to get down here. I already did it once, but that doesn't mean it was particularly easy or safe. Anyway. I'm surprised there's only 2 bats in this cave. So either there aren't that many bats around here, or there's another place for them to live. Since it's nice and warm, I don't think they're hibernating for the year. I think they're already awoken for the summer. So check it out. There's the way I came in. There's the entrance. There's a little kind of skylight over there. Notice the loose rock. There's also a skylight at the other end. It looked like it was possible for me to climb out, but I was too scared. I didn't want to risk falling. So notice how uneven the wall is here. Some of those dark spots on the wall, those are flies. They have a lot of those flies on the cave here in Arizona. I remember seeing flies like that in Oregon or Washington. We usually have moths. Alrighty then. So if you look down, the cave is a bit steep here. It's more slippery to the left. So I think I'm going to go right down the middle. I think that'll be the easiest. I think that's the way I came up too. Theoretically, I can get up and down the same way. But sometimes if it's really steep, you know, it might be easier to go up one way, down the other. But yeah, look how rough the wall is here. This is called cave popcorn. It's very fragile. Please don't touch it. Notice underneath this rock. Notice this side of the rock is very smooth, but underneath it, it's got all sorts of ridges. Those are formations. So please don't touch those either. It's not just a matter of breaking them, but it's also these formations, they form by water bringing minerals and then evaporating, leaving the minerals behind. If you touch it with your finger, bare finger, you'll get oil on it and prevent the formations from growing. So if for some reason you need to touch a formation, it's better to put on gloves to at least, well, 1, so to, you know, act as sort of a cushion, and 2, so hopefully you don't leave any oils. But, you know, ideally, you shouldn't have to touch any formations, especially in a cave this easy. Of course, if you're in a hard cave, you got to hold on to something maybe. Then, well, like I said, use gloves at least. I want to make sure I don't forget this part over here, because this is like some of the best formations in the cave that I can get close to. So I don't want to forget about it. Notice how shiny it is? That's because it really is wet. That's what's making the cave. So this part of the cave here is growing. So definitely don't touch it, especially with your bare hands. Down here, look at the cool little vertical shapes. See that? Water drop just fell down. So you're actually watching the cave get built in progress. If I was really rich, I'd like to own an amusement park. I'd like to do this artificially. I bet with the right recipe, you could build something like this a lot faster. Besides just having, you know, artists sculpt it by hand. All right, so now I'm gonna head down and to the left. Like I said, there are 2 bats in this cave. They're on the ceiling. So when I'm near the bats, I'll be careful not to point my camera at the ceiling. I don't want to disturb them. I don't think they're hibernating. I think they're just sleeping, but still, this is their house. I want to play nice. So this is really cool because look underneath here where the cave is apparently broken apart, and it looks like basically gravel, loose rock. And then up here, there's like a 1-inch thick layer of smooth rock. And that's the really, really, really smooth rock that makes the cave awesome. So I really, if I stop by the ranger station, I want to ask them, okay, is this like 2 different layers of this place formed under the ocean, you know? So definitely want to ask them what I'm looking at here. I'm trying to go to the left, but it's a bit steep here. It's like a 35-degree angle. No, I don't use radians anymore. I used to be good at radians back in school. But anyway. Actually, I thought percent slope made more sense, but it's harder to do trigonometry with percent slope. Anyway. So here we go. There's nothing up here, but that's kind of the point. I just want to show you real quick what's up here. Look how smooth and flat the wall and the ceiling is. It's very, very smooth and flat. Like no formations at all. And then the floor is just loose rock and dirt. This is extremely unusual for a limestone cave. Honestly, it makes no sense, but it's true. So whatever. I'm gonna go up here because I want to show you. See, here's the floor I would expect from a limestone cave. See how it's solid rock. But maybe it's only 1 inch thick and this part hasn't broken away. I don't know. Look at all these flies. More cave popcorn. Some really nice cave popcorn up here where people haven't been touching it. Like I said, if you see it, please do not touch it. It'll break off easily and it won't grow back for hundreds of years, if ever. So you need moisture. It's dry up here, so up here it probably won't grow back ever. Heartbreaking. I'm going down here. It's like so steep and slippery and loose that I have to be careful not to fall down. Which, well, of course you should always be careful not to fall down, but you know, sometimes it's harder than others. By the way, there is a sign warning about, it says poisonous snakes. I'm pretty sure they mean venomous snakes. But pretty sure they mean outside, not in the cave. I don't think I would expect to see a snake inside of a cave like this. But hopefully on the trail on the way back, I'll get to see a cave or a snake. Didn't see one on the way up. Oh well, maybe they haven't hatched.